Hey everyone, Coach Mo Fall here. I'm so excited to introduce you to one of our awesome coaches, Coach Portia Ingram. Welcome. We're going to
Hello,
talk
everyone.
about one of your favorite topics today. So, ladies, and if there's any gentlemen in the crowd here, please tune in so that you can understand the value, the magnitude, the reason why you must pay attention to your LinkedIn profile. Coach Portia is not only an awesome coach and an awesome mindset coach on our team, she is our certified LinkedIn specialist. Oh my goodness, do we have stuff to share with you? You do not want to miss this. So stay tuned in. And Coach Portia, it is lovely to talk to you about this topic. This is one of our big reveal, big aha moments in our 12-week workshop. Before we dive in, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about you?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach Mo, for the beautiful introduction. I'm Coach Portia, a part of this awesome Coach Mo program, one of the mindset coaches here. And we have wonderful clients that I get to coach on LinkedIn and everything career. I have a 20 plus year background in human resources, everything from learning and development to recruiting. So I've been a recruiter and utilized LinkedIn as a recruiter. And so I know kind of the back end and the secrets to LinkedIn and how to set yourself up for success. And that's what we do with our clients each and every week.
We sure do. You know, when I first started this 12-week workshop, as you know, Portia, I was like the resume writer, the LinkedIn expert. I had my hands on all of those things. We now have a certified resume coach. We've got you here, certified LinkedIn. We've got other mindset coaches, executive coaches. But one of the things that we find as we're bringing women forward in our 12-week workshop is showing up on LinkedIn, which we could call social media. Okay. It's social media. It's an internet-based presence. Their hesitancy of showing up in a brightest way on LinkedIn is really linked. See what I just did there? To a lot of aspects of what we coach. What do you
having the confidence and the wherewithal to show up and shine brightly on a LinkedIn profile, having a profile that reflects who you are. And so a lot of our ladies that come into our 12 weeks, they are coming to help build their confidence. And one of those things, their LinkedIn reflects that lack of confidence. So we want to help them build up their confidence so it shines through on their profile as well.
How many women do we see who might be displaced from their job? And they're like, I'm not getting any action. I'm not getting any traction. Nothing's happening. I'm sending resumes out. Let's talk about what happens. Let's assume for a second, even though this isn't really true, that the resume is okay. And that resume gets through the applicant tracking systems and that person is qualified on paper, dare we say, on a computer system for that role. And when it's checked out on LinkedIn and that professional woman's profile doesn't look quite like it's the right year, what is going on through that recruiter or HR hiring or hiring managers thought process?
During that space there, first of all, ladies, when you apply for a job using your resume and you have your LinkedIn, whether you have it on there or not, recruiters are going to look at your LinkedIn profile because they want to see who you are. They want to see your pictures, what you're bringing to the table. So when you're not showing up, when you're not shining through, when you don't have a picture profile on your LinkedIn, when you don't have a banner, then the recruiter is going to think, well, okay, is this person really serious about getting an opportunity? There's not anything that's showing up and showing us as a recruiter that they're confident enough to show up for their interview and do well in that space. So it definitely reflects a part of who you are on LinkedIn.
You know, one of the other things, as you know, that happens is so much job activity is recruiters finding people on LinkedIn. So we
Okay.
just talked about a traditional scenario of maybe the resume being okay, or at least average, or at least, a match, but then the LinkedIn being deficient causes a real disconnect, and you're not going to get called for an interview if that's going on. How about the black hole of not being found?
Yes. So LinkedIn is key. The way that recruiters use it on the back end, they want to make sure when they're doing searches that they are putting certain keywords in there. If you do not have a LinkedIn profile at all, or are missing those true keywords in order to be found in your industry, you will not be found by recruiters.
Right.
So it's almost as if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you will be put into this black hole of I'm wandering around, not being able to be found. I keep applying to jobs and nothing is happening. Well, that's a piece of it. If you're not having a LinkedIn profile that can be found in a recruiter searches and recruiters are not reaching out to you, then that's going to be a problem.
Absolutely. And if there's a mismatch, your LinkedIn profile, ladies, is not Facebook. This is not the place for personal expression. This is a professional atmosphere. And as much as it's active and there's a lot of stuff going on, it's sort of like the networking cocktail party that never ends. It's not a place to put personal, or let's just use the word political stuff. You can air your opinions somewhere else. This is business. This is business. And you want to be attractive to potential employers, partners, colleagues. Hey, even if you're fully gainfully employed and you're not interested in a new job, customers are looking. Colleagues are looking. If someone's coming into your company and has a meeting with you, they're more than likely going to check out your LinkedIn profile. Oh, where'd she go to school? Oh, where'd she used to work? Oh, let me learn a little bit more about her. If you're not up to snuff, there's judgment being made. And look, we don't like that. We don't like that we're being judged, but we are. We are. That's the world we live in. It's probably always been the world we live in. Now there's another avenue to put yourself out there. But as Coach Portia said, when you're not feeling confident, and when you don't know what to do on your LinkedIn, chances are you're going to have a less than presence on LinkedIn, and it's going to hurt you. And Portia, they're not going to know it's hurting them, because no one's going to send them a LinkedIn message and say, hey, I came by your LinkedIn profile. I was looking at you for a senior engineering position, but I didn't find your LinkedIn profile to be really up to snuff to what we're looking for and the types of people we're looking to hire. So I just bypassed you completely. Like, no one's going to tell you that. All right. It's just not going to happen. What is going on when we're not leveraging our true self? What's happening in that person, as they know they're not really showing up on LinkedIn? They don't really have the right LinkedIn profile. What else is going on in their mindset, Coach Portia?
Oh, it's always this procrastination. Oh, I know I need to do that. It's that heavy weight of, oh, I know I have a LinkedIn, haven't been there in a while, and I know I need to do that, but not sure what to do about it. And so it just lingers in and sits on your shoulder, your back. You feel it in the back.
Right. You're like,
saying, hey, remember me? Remember me?
And then if you go on LinkedIn to respond to something, or maybe someone connects with you on LinkedIn and you look at your LinkedIn and you're going, oh no, like you feel less than. It's like a trigger to feel less than.
Instant trigger. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like you forgot to dress up for the party, and you see so many people dressing up for the party. One of the things that we see all the time with our clients, and I want to talk about a few clients in particular, is that they're confused what to actually put on there, how much, what types, this and that and the other thing. I remember one of our clients, she worked in a university setting in IT data. and had been there for a while. She sort of parked herself in this job that was, she knew beneath her, but she was raising her kids. So she sort of took a backslide in her career. And when we started coaching her and bringing her back into her truth and what she brings to the table, she like lit up from the inside, like there was a 10,000 watt bulb inside of her. And this particular woman was sort of like, any job that I could do, I'd be happy to get. Now, if your LinkedIn says any job I could do in data and IT, you're not going to get found. You're not going to get looked at. It's going to be too vague. So as Portia and I know in our workshop, we help our ladies find their path, find their lane. And the reason why we do that is because if your resume is not picking a lane, it's going to be too vague and it's not going to make the muster on the applicant tracking systems. If your LinkedIn is vague, same. If you think, oh, well, any job amongst these 25 different types of jobs, that's not how you put yourself out there in the job market. And as a matter of fact, what that tells anyone subconsciously is that she doesn't have self-confidence. And this particular client, what happened when we got her into her lane, Portia?
Yes. Once she was clear on what her lane was in the IT field, I helped her build her LinkedIn profile, and she started getting just messages after messages from recruiters who were offering her interviews. And she started interviewing while she was with us in the 12-week program, and actually landed a great opportunity at the end of the 12 weeks.
Fantastic opportunity. She almost doubled her salary.
She did.
And she started working for one of the most highly recognized, highly reputable, big global companies. And she's continuing to thrive. And actually, she just re-entered one of our programs to go after that promotion that she's now ready for. And so getting really clear on your LinkedIn not only helps you be found, but it helps you find yourself and to be able to articulate who you are to future employers. Because if you're all over the place, they're going to be like, good on paper, but she's all over the place. She doesn't really know where she's focused. I don't think so. People want to hire women who are focused, clear on their achievements, know who they are, know what they bring to the table so that you can help that potential future employer. I know we've been through hundreds and hundreds of women's upgrade LinkedIns. One of the coolest things that I see from my perspective on our team is when I'm coaching someone, Portia, after you've helped them with their LinkedIn, and they're like, oh my goodness, all of a sudden I'm getting reach outs from recruiters. Yes. Oh my God, this has never happened before. And I'm like, yeah, you must have just met with Coach Portia and upgraded that LinkedIn. And she's like, yes, I did. And now we're sorting through the opportunities, and then we're helping her craft her interview language, her interview questions, which again, aren't all over the place. They are in that lane. And so all the things we do from the very first soul work we do, ladies, the way we have our genius mapped out is we help you get your soul set up so that you know who you are at the deepest levels. And then we weave that into who you are as an IT professional, an engineer, an attorney, a marketing person. And we help you feel the presence, feel the specialization, feel the expertise. And then it becomes more natural, more intuitive to add the proper, powerful language, not only in the resume, but in the LinkedIn. Portia, I know from knowing how awesome you are as our LinkedIn coach, it's not just about the words on the LinkedIn. How much of that is mindset?
A lot of it is mindset. 110% is mindset,
right?
Because that will show up in your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
How you perceive yourself will show up on the LinkedIn profile. So we certainly coach our ladies on how to not only promote what they do, but who they are.
Yes.
On their LinkedIn profile.
Exactly. You know, so often as we're coaching our women through the entire workshop, we'll suggest powerful language, we'll suggest powerful verbs. I'll see you helping them really craft their about section,
Yes.
and they sort of get a little squeamish sometimes.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know if I can say all that. Or,
Mhm.
I did that with the team. Well, of course, everyone does everything with the team. It doesn't mean that as the director, you weren't responsible for that and didn't head that up and facilitate and implement things. And so they get a little squeamish with powerful
Mhm.
words. And we have to work our clients through that next level. We've had so many women who've gone from director to VP level, VP to senior. We have a gal who just leapt into the executive vice president lane. There's an identity upgrade that has to happen in here before you feel comfortable lining up with your new LinkedIn profile at that higher level of identity. And this is the work that we do. Like if you just get a LinkedIn expert to upgrade your LinkedIn, here's what's going to happen. LinkedIn identity, your feelings of self. That gap means you're going to hide. That imposter syndrome is going to be real. It's not just going to be a figment of your imagination. And that's what's so cool about how we help work our ladies through. And you help kind of solidify resume language as well. You help them weave their resume, their LinkedIn into interview prep and
Yeah.
get them really, really ready. There's someone who we helped after she got blindsided and fired.
Mhm.
We helped her come into her own. She had a Six Sigma certification that
Mhm.
she never leveraged. And she came into our workshop having never leveraged that, never talked about it, never proud of it. Certainly wasn't talking about it in interviews because she felt less than, even though she had the certification. And how she was able to interview to the next level when we helped her close that gap of identity and what she brings to the table, and how she was able to show up on LinkedIn and interview powerfully and land her best job ever. I don't know if you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I do.
It's just stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just stunning to watch a woman really come into her own, especially after getting fired
Yes.
and being blindsided, because you think, how did I miss that? What am I, stupid? So you come in, and we have, I don't know, a third of our clients are not working, more or
Yeah.
less.
Correct.
These women who have come in from being fired or let go or laid off have a protective mechanism that's like, oh no, and they don't want to be stung again. They don't want to put themselves out there thinking they're going to fail again. Let's talk about the words that our clients say when they're matching up with their newly upgraded LinkedIn. And I know you hear this from clients all the time. When they're looking at their stunningly shining new LinkedIn, what are the things that they're saying?
They are amazed that they're showing up as their true, authentic self in the level that they are striving to be, or that they've already gotten a job at that level while they've been in the 12-week program.
Yeah.
So the ladies who are shining on LinkedIn, we know that they've had amazing results because of their LinkedIn profile.
Absolutely.
So they are so amazed when they can shine in all areas, in their resume, LinkedIn, in the possibilities that are coming to them.
Mhm.
They are amazed at how much of a difference they are in their total beingness
Yes.
within the 12 weeks.
Right. And as you're mentioning all of that, I'm thinking about a distinction that some people might be thinking about right now. And that is the difference between an introverted human and an extroverted human. And we even see debacles on LinkedIn with extroverted women who are more comfortable putting themselves out there and who might have a lot of busyness on their LinkedIn. They're not in their lane either. So this isn't just a message for introverts. This is a problem for anyone who is in the 21st century who hasn't either gotten the right expertise or advice, or they're not aligned from the very basis of who they are with what they do in the world. So ladies, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh boy, this is so me, your LinkedIn profile reflects what's going on inside. It's kind of like a Rorschach test. Isn't that the word for the thing like the ink blot
Yes.
test, and you like interpret it?
Yes.
Like there's a reflex mirror
It is.
that is showing up. And if you're an extrovert and you have all sorts of fun, cool stuff, we had a woman whose banner was like, no,
Everything. It had everything. Too much.
who are you? Okay. So there can be confusion because there's not enough on your LinkedIn. There can be confusion because there's too much or the wrong things on your LinkedIn. But getting into your lane of not only from the profile picture, the banner, the headline, the about section, the use of keywords, how you amplify your experience. And the other thing that's a curious, Portia, and we have a little secret sauce for this, is recommendations and being recommended.
Yes. Very important. Yes. We hear from a lot of our clients, it's not really necessary. Do recruiters really read that? Yes. As recruiters, I would love to read recommendations because that gives another opinion about your character, how you show up, what you do, what your performance is, how beautiful and awesome you are. So recommendations absolutely matter.
And how willing people are to expand on that.
Absolutely.
And your willingness to do it for others. Are you a others oriented person to a degree? Are you balanced in giving and taking? And so there's so much to be said for the entire profile that you are presenting on LinkedIn, including who you're following. Oh, I'm not following anyone in my LinkedIn profile. Oh, well, we'll give you a tip. We'll give you a freebie. Follow some people that are going to matter in your industry. Follow some people that you want to see their posts and comment on, and get yourself active there. One of the really cool things once we help our clients navigate this unknown territory, and of course, I love the way we do it because we teach them what to do.
Yeah.
And we give them lifelong learning in our modules to always refresh, and every year refreshing our LinkedIn module. And here's the cool thing. Once our gals become confident and comfortable, they now want to be thought leaders and do posts and share articles and be seen even more. We've got a couple of our clients who I'm thinking off the top of my head. They're really making it a big part of how they're showing up professionally. And the women I'm thinking of right now have all been invited to speak in their industry, both nationally, regionally, and they're going a long way with their leverage in the marketplace to build themselves up and have, I'll just say, a more satisfying and meaningful career path. Because when you're able to share your expertise with others, it just feels good. It feels darn good. So if we were to wrap up this conversation, I would say the biggest mistake you can make on LinkedIn is to not have a presence that is worthy of you.
Well said.
The second biggest mistake is to be all over the place and have too many of different things in representing who you are on LinkedIn. And again, let's reemphasize, Portia, the reason why people from the inside of who they are have these problems. What is really, again, as a repeating here, what is the underlying principle that we see all the time as coaches?
Yeah, their soul is not shining. They don't believe in themselves. Maybe they took a hit in job trauma, something happened in their career that doesn't allow them to see them for their full selves.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned after taking a hit, again, about a third of our clients are either having quit having gotten fired,
Yep.
having got laid off.
Yep.
Sometimes they move because of a spouse or partner or an aging parent. And so they've had a job change and they're in the middle of that. They're trying to reestablish themselves. That level of confidence in a transition can really affect how you're seen out on LinkedIn, and getting yourself right with your power is the beginning of that. Getting yourself in the proper lane of your expertise and the types of jobs that you want to go after, and being congruent with that is a really, really important aspect. We're leaving you with a few to-do items. And we're leaving you with a few items that you can go ahead and do yourself. So if you missed that, go rewind this, okay? Because we just laid the groundwork for you to establish yourself a little bit stronger. If you are not having a clue and you're like, my soul's lost, my LinkedIn's lost, I have no idea if my resume is hitting the right thing, you got to book a call with us. You got to book a complimentary career clarity call with us to help understand what's really going on with your career. And we will get to the bottom of it with you and for you. And that is mofall.com/talk. You will come up with a registration page for what's available with our enrollment coaches. And those career breakthrough strategists are going to help you see what's really going on. And I will say this, Portia, on average, if you're not lined up with your expertise, if your resume and your LinkedIn are not speaking to the right lane and the proper level in an organization, 50 to 80K difference in compensation.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. It's not just a nice to have. It is something that is going to negatively or positively affect your career and your compensation.
Yes.
And so these are the realities of work and life in this time period of life. So it's a real thing. Your LinkedIn profile needs to match who you are and at the level that you are. And if it doesn't, you're feeling less than, you probably have a burden of procrastination, and you're losing out on real income. And I would say when our ladies are upgrading themselves, sometimes we're able to get women a 2-level upgrade based on how we unpack what they bring to the table, that they've been leaving sort of in a suitcase over to the side here because they're afraid of really boasting. They're afraid. They've been told to sit in the shadows. They've been told to not brag. So many of our clients are first generation in the US, and culturally, this bold American culture is something that's a little bit different to navigate. So helping them really show up in a big way there. Are there any parting thoughts you have, Coach Portia, on this LinkedIn topic, soul topic, the contributions or compensations that our ladies are missing if they're not getting right with their LinkedIn?
Absolutely. LinkedIn is so important. Social media is all the rave, and LinkedIn is your professional social media platform. So if you do not have a LinkedIn profile, or do not have one that is up to match your beautiful soul and shining career of where you want to go next, book a clarity call with us. We'll help you. I'll be glad to help get your LinkedIn updated so that you are attracting the right level of opportunity, the right recruiters to land those opportunities as well, and to be a better, brighter, beautiful professional person in the world.
Amen. And Portia not only speaks from having helped hundreds and hundreds of women through our workshop, but being an insider, a behind the scenes knower from all the work she did as a recruiter for a large organization. So Portia, this was so much fun to talk about. I just love hanging out with you. I love knowing that you're on the team and you have such great expertise and you're really helping our ladies shine in the right way that it matters in the world for their feelings of professional satisfaction and new jobs, better money, more satisfaction about who they are. You ought to be proud of your LinkedIn profile, proud of what you have out there, and be eager and ready to connect with all the folks that are going to make a difference for you. All right, ladies and if there's a few gentlemen here. This is Coach Mo and my esteemed colleague, Coach Portia, our mindset and certified LinkedIn expert. Don't go another day without your LinkedIn representing all that you bring to the table. We can help you out, and that starts with a complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/talk. Portia, we'll see you around campus, so to speak. Thanks for joining
Awesome.
me.
Thank you for inviting
All
me.
right, let's make it a LinkedIn week.
Awesome.
Everyone.